All right, peace, y'all. This is God in them streets, and I'm coming to y'all with a very exclusive tonight. Charleston White versus Hassan Campbell. I decided to take my two brothers under study, being they are both kings in the YouTube environment of street culture, along with hip-hop culture, and of course, the destructive nature of gang culture. So the knowledge, meaning the first small YouTuber platform, is coming with a whole new dynamic, and it's going to be called Battle Intellectual YouTubers. During this course, which I will be the first one, 25% of all donations will go back to the foundations of programs that support stopping gun and gang violence. I would like Hassan Campbell and Charleston White to really show and prove who they are by coming on a virtually non-existent YouTube channel that's telling the 100% truth through my experiences in the ghettos of hell. And I would like those two brothers to set up 10 questions from each one of them about how they think that we can improve the plight of the youth and stop the self-destruction with the killing and the violence that is an all-time high. So stay tuned for Gods in them streets. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all bring up, my viewers, my subscribers, and let me know that you enjoying the content that God in them streets have to offer. Haas getting ready to give you some raw shit, especially on these Jews, the same ones wanting to hold everybody hostage.
Failed amongst those taken into custody by the FBI were city mayors, politicians and religious leaders. The authorities needed buses to cope with the sheer scale of the operation.
Wearing yarmulke.
Corruption problem is one of the worst, if not the worst, in the nation. Corruption is not only pervasive, it become
human organs
in New Jersey's political culture.
Human organs.
Religious charities controlled by prominent organizers used to launder cash. The arrests were part of a 10-year operation that uncovers money laundering on an international scale.
10 years they were doing this. International.
Organs in the US, Switzerland and Israel.
The list of people we arrested sounds like it should be the roster for a meeting.
Everybody want the black people, the original people.
They weren't meeting in a boardroom this morning. They were in the FBI.
So it's safe to say that the people that Kanye West is apologizing to, so it's safe to say that the people that Kyrie is apologizing to is on the news. For
Okay, y'all, we have the legendary Charleston White. This is God in the streets. And like I said, for the first time, y'all seeing the battle between Charleston White and Hassan Campbell on Gods in them streets. Battle of the intelligent blogs. It's about time that we bring something constructive to the table besides battle rap. So I want battle blogs with intelligence. Each person gets a chance to make up 10 questions that they would like the other blogger to answer about changing our community, about changing the plight of our young killing each other through gangs and gun violence. 10 from the other individual with the same thing. And then we will come to a conclusion on who represented the best facts and the best pathway to curing this illness in our black community amongst the youth. So here goes Charleston White.
Well, I'm glad to see that you all right, brother.
Yeah.
Because, we was worried.
Well, if you go back and watch some of my previous Say Cheese TV interviews, I said I would go, at some level, at some point, I'm going to stage a stunt where I take my on camera, where I take off running. So yeah, at some point, and this ain't the last stunt I'm on stage.
Okay.
I'm just not going to stage my death.
Amen to that.
Yeah. I'm going to do a whole bunch of playing, but I ain't going to play like I'm dead.
Okay, Charleston White is going to get ready to explain, y'all, how guns and violence has destroyed our community, and also how the Bloods and Crips should be despised within the black community.
I hear a lot of the old say hip hop, the rap industry is a young man's game, but it's an old man's business.
Okay.
Right? It's a young man's game, but it's an old man's business, right? Man, we should be utilizing this time to talk about youth gun violence.
Yeah.
And the effects of youth gun violence. And Quando Rondo's situation is the perfect example. And it's probably the best tool we can use to create these talking points with our community leaders, with young folks, with our street leaders, as well as with the hip hop community. Everybody have to come to the table now. And that kid and what happened to Quando Rondo and the narrative that's being talked about, it addresses mental health. It addresses black on black crime. It addresses the effects of the community. Gang violence, youth violence, gun violence, all in that one incident.
Yeah, it does.
So I challenge and call on the hip hop community's leaders. All them motherfuckers just like talking and jumping on them podcasts and radio shows during the No Justice, No Peace, the Baltimore Fergusons, the George Floyd, all them motherfuckers who got a voice that's talking then, they should be talking now. LA gang members should be shamed right now. The Crips and Bloods should be shamed right now in the black community. At this point, they should be.
Show y'all something.
Streets of Brooklyn are safer with the arrests of more than 24 gang members. They allegedly terrorized the residents of 10 NYCHA developments in Brownsville with broad daylight shootings and 2 murders. At least 30 weapons were recovered by the NYPD's Gun Violence Suppression Division during the Brooklyn DA's 2-year investigation into a deadly and dangerous gang rivalry. One gang is called the Woo. Their opponents, or Ops, are called the Cho. They lived in close proximity to each other in Brownsville and used social media and drill music videos to threaten each other and escalate their rivalry. The 32 suspects are charged in 4 indictments with a total of 104 counts, ranging from murder conspiracy to weapons possession.
The case covers a total of 27 incidents, including 2 homicides and 17 additional non-fatal shootings.
We have taken these criminals off our streets,
2
and together
homicides,
we will endeavor
27
to
shootings
their arrests highlight
in
the
our community.
NYPD's precision policing approach, going after the most violent repeat offenders, says Deputy Chief Jason Savino.
32 subjects in this investigation. 30 of them have either been arrested for a shooting or allegedly charged with a shooting with this new indictment. So on at least one occasion, and we have many others with more than one. Why do I mention this? These are the trigger points.
G.A. Gonzalez showed videos of the suspects running through the streets in broad daylight, opening fire no matter who was nearby, and one shooting a 3-year-old girl was wounded. Police say it's the most recklessness they've ever seen.
These gangs would shoot at their oppositions in the vicinity of high schools, daycare centers, MTA buses, and densely and highly populated areas. No regard for anybody in the area.
If found guilty, those arrested are looking at a minimum of 15 years behind bars, with many looking at anywhere from 25 years to life. In downtown Brooklyn, I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News.
So the FBI running up in the neighborhoods, right?
Okay, listen to
Y'all
House.
see what's going on.
We're
The
judging
FBI is running up.
him or Charleston White.
People at 30 to 100 people at a time. But it's crazy, right? Because if you listen to them, the city is under siege. Our children is in the streets slaughtering each other, right? Slaughtering each other. Slaughtering each other. And the thing that kills me is that you see these young boys. You see these young boys, right? You see them outside, gunning each other down. Come on, stop calling my phone. You see them outside, gunning each other down, right? No retreat, no surrender. The FBI creeps up, pull up on the sidewalk, jump out their cars.
Listen good to him. He's going to give you a thorough description
Open up the
of how
lobby
cowardly y'all really are when the FBI show up.
Kicking the apartment doors. Kicking the apartment doors. Drag Shorty out of his bed. This the killer now. Same gun he done shot the whole block up with, right? Same gun he done shot the whole block up with. He got a fully loaded clip. Got that gun sitting right in the drawer, right? His mother's in the room. His sister's in the room, right? This is the shooter. Police kick through your door. Grab your mother out the bed by her hair. Here, this is what they doing to your mother, the feds. Drag your mother out the bed. Put her hands behind her back. Charleston White, stop stealing my shit. Charleston White, stop stealing
Now
my shit.
you see why I bought
Cause you
him
ain't
in
been
with
talking
Charleston
like this.
White.
Now back to what I'm saying. Cause I've been talking like this. Grab her out of her bed. Put her hands behind her back. Now they got your mother face down, ass up, in the middle of your house in the projects. You laying in the room. You done shot 30 niggas on a block. And you let them come up in your mother's house. Pull your mother out the bed. Pull your sister out the bed. Then drag you out in front of the middle of the projects with Lisa Evers and her cameras recording you going to jail without a fight.
Wow.
Y'all got that much violence for each other. But you willing to let the colonizer, the alphabet boys with them letters, come up in your building, drag your mother out. I don't care if you call yourself the Woe, the Cho, or what. You willing to let them come inside your house, drag your mama out the bed in her panties. She got a t-shirt in her panties on. Drag her out the house. So you mean to tell me we that ill? We the illest killer gorillas in the jungle, where you can see a man outside,
like the Klan say,
with a 3-year-old
we kill
baby,
more of
the
each
bones
other
and chose, boom, boom, boom,
than they did.
How Nas said back in the days, don't give a fuck who get hit, as long as the drama's lit. Nasty ass hooligans, stay on that piranha shit. So that's the time that y'all on, right? Well, y'all don't care if y'all hit a 3-year-old girl.
You're headed for
But when it's time,
self-destruction.
like, cause you already know, and I don't get this about you cats. Y'all know when them alphabet boys come knocking on that door and they drag your mama out of that bed and they put them handcuffs on you, you already know 9 times out of 10, you doing a minimum of 15 years in jail to life. But you just put your hands behind your back. Like you practiced this shit your whole life. So our babies could die in the street. But y'all won't fight for y'all freedom?
Because the devil planted fear in him when he was a little boy. And he still
This
fear
ain't
him
just
now
one
he's a
neighborhood they
grown
running
man.
through.
Show him, Haas.
All kinds of takedowns all over town. Let's go to Lisa Evers. She's got a tip about this almost before it happened, or even before it happened.
Lisa Evers always got the tip.
Did y'all hear that? I had to slow down. They said, hey, Lisa Evans, you had a tip about this before this happened. I want y'all to understand something. Lisa Evans is that she's in the middle of battle rap, rap culture, black culture. She's in the middle. They gave her the heads up before they raided these projects.
Wow, a
Did she give you the
Caucasian
heads up?
woman involved in it all.
Held up by the NYPD.
All kinds of takedowns all over town. Let's go to Lisa Evers. She's got a tip about this almost before it happened, or even before it happened. Lisa, what's happened?
Did you hear him again? Am I slow or are you slow? Can you hear?
Held up by the NYPD.
All kinds of takedowns all over town. Let's go to Lisa Evers. She's got a tip about this almost before it happened, or even before it happened. Lisa, what's happened?
Well, Greg and Rosanna, we're here in Harlem at the scene of one of the biggest NYPD gang takedowns ever. It started very early this morning here at the Manhattanville houses and also a couple blocks away at the Grant houses. Let me show you some of the video that we captured here as police were taking out what they are telling us are some of the most dangerous gang members in the city. One of the suspects was from what's called the
Look at him. He's going to scream out,
he was led
Stone.
in handcuffs into the police van.
Happy Stone Day.
Happy Stack Day, still defiant. Now, residents here in these housing developments have been terrorized by these gangs, have been experiencing a number of shootings and other types of crime, including drug dealing and weapons possession that have been going on here for quite some time. Now, what we're hearing is from the Manhattan DA's office, more than 100 suspects are being indicted today, and this is one of the largest numbers of gangs that they've taken down as part of what's called Operation Crew Cut. This was begun under Commissioner Kelly back in 2010, working with the Manhattan
mowing
DA.
the lawn.
And these gang members were basically, according to authorities, acting as if they had total impunity to do their dirty business and put it out on Facebook and other social media outlets. And they were bragging about it, not realizing the law enforcement was hit to them. They had developed codes that were so sophisticated that the DA's office had to actually come up with almost a textbook of code language to explain to prosecutors and police what they were talking about when they were making threats against rival gang members and also threatening to do other things in the community.
That's the one that said Stack Day. Watch how they stack him up with their time.
Took place here at the Grand Houses. We're also hearing from sources that one of the suspects who was picked up might have been connected with the murder of that high school aspiring female high school basketball player a couple of.
And that's what I'm saying. They allow them to stay out in the street having this information.
Female basketball star career. So there's a lot to this case, and investigators feeling very satisfied with what happened this morning. They also picked up some other people not necessarily involved with these cases who had outstanding warrants, because what we've learned from being out here this morning is they have hand scanners, portable hand scanners, almost like mini iPads that they can take.
Portable hand scanners where they can tell if you got any warrants. I'm telling you, the jig is up.
Outstanding crime. So a very busy morning here. More than 400 police officers, very specialized units from the NYPD, the gang unit leading off on it, the OCCB, the Organized Crime Control Bureau, Narcotics Division, and also the Public Housing Police, who are very familiar with.
I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. And not where y'all want to go in the comment section. I'm going somewhere with this. So you shut up. You learn something while I'm educating you. Because I want y'all to understand something. Where we going with this?
God in them streets. I want y'all to listen very closely to what Charleston White is going to drop about what should happen to drug dealers in the black community.
They got some dudes they got to pay in the community too, homie, if you done wrong in it.
So you saying if somebody is hustling or selling drugs in the community,
if you stealing out of Akbar store, the Muhammad store, whatever you doing wrong in the community, you owe something to somebody.
period.
Yeah, that's how you keep the cheat up off of you.
And if not, you're
going to jail. yeah. You ain't going to jail. One of the best universities in America.
There it is, sir. There it is. So, let's move forward, man. A lot of things have happened in the world since the last time we spoke. You know, a lot of things have been going on in LA.
Okay, Charleston White is going to speak a little bit on the gang culture out in LA.
Universities in America.
There it is, sir. There it is. So, let's move forward, man. A lot of things have happened in the world since the last time we spoke. You know, a lot of things have been going on in LA, and I know you have some ties in LA, and you spend a lot of time.
Yeah, I
there.
quit them. Yeah.
You know, you spend a lot of time in LA, and you know, studied the gang culture out there. You know, we lost PNB Rock.
Yeah, what's his real name?
It's a great question.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for me. Well, no, I ain't gonna say it's hard, man. I'm gonna sound harsh.
Okay.
Deliver the harsh truth, cause the truth always
Man, it's
hurts.
hard to care about these niggas when you don't know about these before they die.
Okay.
I care about what I care about what I see the living going through. The dead done exit out this motherfucker. Nothing.
Once
I
again,
don't
now
see death as a
listen,
bad thing.
the dead is never known to return from the grave.
When I rationalize death, I ask myself, how can death be bad if every living creature and organism has to die? So I'm stuck with the question, how is it that this generation of humans, let me just say black people, they honor the shit out the dead, homie. They think you can't speak on the dead, but they'll speak on their mother. And the instruction is to honor thy mother and thy father. We'll disrespect our grandmothers. Homie, we'll see a little girl and her grandmother in the car next to us, and we'll suck my dick. We'll be pumping gas, blasting that shit. And
Once again, now this means to look, listen, observe, and most importantly,
a dead person dies, then that shit fucked me up. And so I've been asking about, man, what's PNB real name? Just know the rapper.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, man, fuck that rapper, man. But then I look at the fact of how he died. This nigga died in a restaurant.
Yeah.
In a black folks' neighborhood, eating amongst black people. Black people don't die like that in white restaurants.
Got a point.
The bravado-ness of robbing the homie sitting down eating. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about PMB getting robbed. We ain't going to talk about the robbers, nigga. No conversation on no podcast throughout this country since the death of PMB. We should be highlighting the robbers.
Yeah.
I think when a rapper dies, we shouldn't even mention their rap name because they're no longer a rapper. When they die, they become a person. Such and such died, and we don't even mention PMB. Because what happens, the man dies and the rapper continues to live. And so to us, who don't know the man, we go access PMB through interviews and music. But what he meant to his community and to his family and his friends, that's gone. We don't feel that pain, but we walk around and act like we do. We walk around and motherfucker act like we just as hurt as his mom and daddy now. And we ain't getting when the next one die. When the next one die, we'll forget about this one. And another one's gonna die.
The same vicious cycle of us killing us.
And we're gonna forget about this one. Nigga, ain't nobody mentioning Nip. Ain't nobody really talking about Vaughn if I ain't saying King Vaughn. Ain't nobody really talking about Vaughn. Ain't no documentaries on Vaughn. What was he like as a kid? His community ain't nothing on him, homie. His music is really not even being played that much anymore. When one dies,
because it doesn't have any substance, not unless they're killing one another. That's what drill music is
And
all
BET
about.
or
We're going to
VH1
do
don't have
what
hip hop
we say.
awards that memorializes their life, then we don't do it for them. Who done? If we really, motherfuckers say, man, Nipsey Hussle inspired me to do this. Okay, show us. Show us in your actions. Who have followed that blueprint? Who have picked up where he left off? Who talking how he was talking? Who putting economics into their raps? Who putting growth and development into their raps like he was doing?
The true structure of gangism.
That's why I attacked the character.
Like GD,
So, I'm not saying
growth and development.
PNB was as a man, but I'm saying, man, PNB, homie, because y'all waited till he died to try to tell somebody about him.
There it is.
Quick, community revolutionary program.
He got killed in L.A. Now, there's a lot of people that have been popping up saying that, you know, rappers should check in.
LA done
Blood,
killed more rappers
brotherly
than
love
DC.
over oppression and
in
domination
America.
or
LA is
destruction.
known for killing rappers. Rappers should run from LA. LA been extorting rappers since forever. Since they used to have concerts at the Forum in Inglewood. Many of the companies, many of the brands, many of the major corporations
That pulled out of LA.
because some of them was getting extorted. Suge Knight and his goons was treacherous in the music industry on the West Coast. Everybody on the West Coast gets extorted. Even Nipsey Hussle. He wasn't no exception.
Yeah, that everybody gets extorted on the West Coast.
I'm a black man in America. And I swear up and down as a black man that the white man is holding me down. His systematic institutional racism is keeping me down. His mass incarceration, his crack laws and slavery, all this shit we say. This what we say. When I flip the coin over, I got a nigga doing the same thing to me. I got a nigga saying, if I come to this white man's city that he live in, I gotta come check in with these people. I don't know them. They're not helping me. They're not gonna give me no protection.
Like the God said, we universal. We go wherever we want to go. The planet Earth belongs to the original man.
Why don't you come check in the city? You can't make the Mexicans check in. You don't make Garth Brooks check in. Celine Dion. So why I gotta check in? That's the bully mindset of the street bullies and the gangbangers who think they run the community. And when we need them the most, even though we gotta check in, stop the police from kicking out. When we need help burying our babies because our babies want to be a part of what the hood represent, and we need $1,000 more just to buy the casket and maybe $500 more to give to the funeral home, the gotta check in with. They ain't never putting up nothing.
Once again, who makes
So I'm
more
saying,
sense?
what mindset do we
Charleston
have with
White
black people where we putting this new oppression
Hassan
down? This is the
Campbell.
new Jim Crow.
And the
What
war
the white man say? You got to down.
or
This is the new Jim
destruction
Crow. So not
gang
only do I have to try to fight
and
institutional
ignorance.
racism, now I have to try to fight this new in because I want to be successful. Now I got to check in because you're not successful and I am. Well, if I exit your world, then I never have to check in because I call the police. So they tried to make me check in Saturday.
Now listen to this by Charleston.
So they tried to make me check in at a Little League football game. So I traveled with a Fort Worth Little League team.
I want y'all to listen to this one, how the gangs tried to come along and make Charleston White check in down in the great state of Texas. This is God in them streets. Make sure y'all hit the like, make sure y'all share.
Anyway, I pulled out my phone and said to police, and dialed 911 and showed them, hey, I got some people. And so one walk up on the side of the car, said, it's all right? I said, yeah, everything all right. Police will be on his way to let y'all know I checked in. The niggas that got to getting away from there. I could have just started shooting out the car, homie. Because they threatened my life as gang members. Right? Circle around the car. I would do that if I wanted to kill people. I would disregard the fact that those children would be affected forever. It's disregard that. They was them kind of
and a little league football man.
It's some that would disregard the fact that we're at a kid's game. That's where you get a pass in. But it's some thing you know pass if they see you with your mama. You didn't check in, nigga. So we're gonna traumatize your mama. We're gonna traumatize everybody around here that's gonna see this violence we finna do against you. Everybody finna be affected by it.
Savage is a person who has lost all knowledge of himself and is living a beast way of life.
That you
That's what they do.
Our name ain't on the leash nowhere. We don't own the home. We gotta knock on the door if it's too late at night when we come home, cause they done locked that dead boat. So most of the people who got you checking in, homie, they don't even run their household. They tax returns don't say head of household.
Tax.
But they got you checking in.
And they're not even fathers in their own household.
I can't wait till
They're
a new
not
crime bill
leaders,
come.
teachers, and guides,
Yeah,
and
we need another
providers and
1994 crime
protectors
bill.
of their own household. That's the original
Well,
man.
you know, Illinois is it seems like Illinois is not doing that. You know, Illinois just passed the Safety Act eliminating cash bail. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, they calling it the purge law.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been telling people for the last 9 months
Yeah,
to a
this
year
purge
that
situation
Chicago
is
was doing.
serious. God in them streets gonna do a
I've been preaching
special on
homie.
that.
I get a
Drop
song
it.
saying Chicago
Charleston.
kids are doomed because their mamas and daddies won't move. Chicago kids are doomed, homie, if they don't move away. No other place in this country outside of LA and Chicago where these people almost have free reign to kill one another. And these murders are going unsolved. Whenever you want to get mad and kill who else, especially if you from out of towner,
Yeah.
out of town murders don't get solved. And
Heard that? So be careful
you
where
really think
you
they
go
trying to solve
to.
these murders up there? If they passing laws like this? One of the best things could have happened to Chicago is when President Trump was threatening to send the National Guards there to patrol that city. There should be a martial law enacted, not a purge law. Yeah, there should be a martial law enacted in Chicago, homie, not a purge law. How many people get to walk out of jail?
You might want to say why he's saying that, but listen to the truth about this reality.
I'm not going to say you would be a fool to remain there. But how can you love your children if you're not willing to do whatever it takes to uproot out of such?
I want y'all to experience this pain coming from a father, from his only child, being assassinated, plotted on, betrayed, and taken to Mexico. Listen to this pain from this father. This is so horrific. We talking about college student, y'all. Not gangbangers in the hood. We talking about college students that plot and took our young black queen overseas to destroy her and kill her. Listen to this father's pain. God in them streets. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Like I said, this is going to be an intellectual battle blog. Forget battle rap. This is going to be an intellectual battle blog where we solve our own problems in the black community. Because for too far long, we've been blaming the wrong people for the oppression. We oppressing ourselves when we can fight and kill amongst one another like it's nothing. When are we going to change the polarities, when we gonna change the mindset of the youth and let them know they can no longer run over and destroy our communities without there being what? A penalty. Because justice is a reward or a penalty for one's acts and deeds. Want y'all to check this out.
I mean, it seemed like from my daughter was asleep, man, you know, for all them to be in that room, and then, you know, they come in here like, I don't know, woke up or whatever, where it seemed like they attacked her, man. And she naked, man, you know, for a father. To see that video, man, because my daughter's not a fighter, man. She's not a fighter, not at all.
You heard that?
And then
He
to
said
do what they
his daughter
did,
is not
man,
a
it just
fighter.
seemed like they were a plot.
He know his shit.
They couldn't have did that over here, man. They couldn't have did over here. They couldn't have did that over here. You know, where her friends, all her friends are. You know, it wouldn't have went down like that, man. They don't realize, you know, what they done done, man. They just robbed, they just put a hole in my heart, man. That was my only child. I just heartbroken, man.
Only shit
You know, I can't even
they
get
took
done
from
there. Can't even walk down the aisle, man. Can't even hear a voice. Can't even say daddy. Mom, you know, can't even say daddy. Can't even say grandma. You know, I just don't know. Y'all just don't know what this has done to me. Just don't know, man. You just don't know. Just don't know. Just don't know. You know, I thought she'd be burying me. Not me burying her.
What do you hope happens in
the
worst part about it is?
this princess.
You know what the worst
before
part
her.
about it is? That girl died in Mexico. The Mexican authorities said they found no wrongdoing. No wrongdoing, which means they covered that death up. 9 times out of 10, the Mexican government is so foul that they probably threw a couple of pennies at them, and that's what made the case go away. Why am I glitching? That's all it took. It was a couple of pennies to make this go away. So how are we really going to get justice from a government that already said that there was no ill foundings?
Go away.
So it's safe to say that we should abort mission and never go back to Mexico again. It's safe to say that black people around America should never take a trip to Mexico ever again because you're not safe over there. You're not safe over there.
Watch this.
Because I want y'all to understand something. Where we going with this?
And now they're getting $4 billion. We will wage war upon the cartels and stop the fentanyl and deadly drugs from killing 200,000 Americans per year. And I will ask Congress for legislation ensuring that drug dealers and human traffickers, these are terrible, terrible, horrible people who are responsible for death, carnage, and crime all over our country. Every drug dealer during his or her life on average will kill 500 people with the drugs they sell, not to mention the destruction of families.
Every drug dealer will kill at least 500 people with the drugs they sell. So says Trump.
Their heinous acts, because
death penalty.
it's the only way. We don't need any
Are
more
we willing to resort to that? The black community? Ask yourself the
I
question.
don't even know if the American public is ready for
Us
it.
is
And
going to
my
explain
people
it to you.
say, please don't say that, sir. That's not nice. They kill 500 people each on average. And if you don't do this, in China, when I was with President Xi, I said, President, do you have a drug problem? No, we don't. He looked at me like I didn't know what I was doing. He said, no, we don't have a drug. How come you don't have a drug problem? He said, quick trial. What is a quick trial? I sort of do. What is a quick trial? That's where, if you get caught dealing drugs, you have an immediate and quick trial, and by the end of the day, you're executed.
Wow.
That's a
Get
terrible
caught
thing.
selling drugs in
But
China.
they have no drug
Quick
problem.
trial.
The only
By
drug
the end of
problem
the
they
day,
have is they make
you're
the
hung.
fentanyl that comes into our country, and I had him stopping it under.
Y'all paying attention? Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening?
Make sure they listening, House.
The war on drugs is in the black community. What I gotta say that again for you to understand what I'm saying to you? The war on drugs started in your community to neutralize you since the early days of the Black Panthers. The war has been in our community.
Chemical warfare,
Here's my thing,
germ
right?
warfare in our community.
I feel like the Italians feel when you watch the mob movies. They tell you that they don't accept drug selling, drug dealing in the Italian communities. So I feel like black people, black men, need to come together and keep the drugs out of our community. I feel like that we need to put our foot down, right? But when the people that's flooding our community, when the governments, because it's always been the government, the CIA, to flood our communities with these drugs.
Rick
When they're
Ross
flooding our communities
and the
with these drugs,
CIA,
and then the same people that's
LA.
flooding our communities with these drugs decide that they're going to kill our children for selling drugs, that's a totally different animal that we playing with here, people. And I'm like, yo, all these black YouTube platforms, all these days I haven't said nothing. How y'all skip back? How you skip past the most important conversation on the internet? I mean, okay, y'all sit up there, y'all jumped on Quilla, because I see brothers like me on that. But how you skip past a president waging war to the point to where that now, because we all got friends, I'm going to keep it all the way funky. My brother T-Mac and all my homies from Cortland Ave, Jackson Ave, Melrose, that just came home from drug charges. My Hellbell niggas, the niggas that you see me with, all my niggas is just coming home from kingpin charges. Because all of us got caught up in the game back in the days. Brothers did their time.
Emptying out the prison cells for
Now,
all
there's a
you
new
new young
generation of
gangbangers
children
that want to hold
getting ready to fall
the
into the same
community
trap.
under hostage and siege.
Because the powers that be push lyrical homicide through the speakers. Lyrical genocide through the speakers. When you watch TV, all you see is murder, death, kill on a black man. When you turn on TV, all you see is our black men waging war at each other. Like, come on, YouTube. Every black man, woman, and child in the hood need to be having this conversation. Because it's to the point now where you can't turn your eye to what little Johnny is doing next door.
Stand up, OGs, for real, and be accountable for saving our own hood.
With little Johnny next door,
Not
he might
nobody
only
else.
sold a couple of drugs here and there. But when the FBI comes into the black community, they always make the crime scene bigger. And when they lock your children up from these drug charges, you have a president that's saying put them to death. I think that's a decision that black people need to make against black people, or how to deal with us in our own community when we sell drugs. Personally, I think once we clean our community up, then that's a decision that we need to make, whether we gonna sentence each other to the death penalty. And yes, I think drug dealers should be dealt with by death, but not when the game is rigged And you got military, CIA, FBI flooding the black community.
Because it's the pharmaceutical companies that produce the Oxycontin,
our children with the drugs,
the fentanyl,
it's the same people
and all the other
the
drugs, morphine.
Y'all hit that like button. Y'all let me see they playing with my numbers. At least hit the button and fight back, man. Because ain't none of these other platforms talking about this. I don't think y'all
Once
understand.
again, we're going to see Charleston White is still yet to come up in my Hassan Campbell versus Charleston White. Charleston White versus Hassan Campbell on guards in them streets. We want to see the intellectual battle. Yeah, Charleston White is going to speak on how fake news gets out because they said that he had got shot. And he staged the whole thing. So let him let you see how staging certain episodes on the blog could go viral.
I know y'all saw that video, but let's wait for everything to come out before y'all make a judgment.
Exactly.
Well, we rushed the judge off that little short clip that the media shows us. Mm-hmm. So I'm showing people how it's easily to trick and yeah, how much easier to trick us?
Nah, it was everywhere. Every major blog posted it, and nobody seen no blood and no gunshot.
Yeah, they said Charleston White that got shot.
It was some people that seemed like it was happy to hear about you getting shot.
Yeah, that what hurt my feelings. Yeah, they gave me gas for like 2 days. Think about all these people was celebrating me if I died. Yeah, I farting for days. Think about many people really that mean.
It was a couple of rappers too. It seemed like they was.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't wait to put this chain.
He gonna speak on Soldier Boy. For the police.
Somebody still here.
Yeah, man. But think about this, homie. I ain't done nothing to nobody.
Amen.
I'm just gonna say this: me nor Kevin Samuels have done anything to black people to warrant them to celebrate our demise or our death. Man, it's that done cheated on you. It's done beat on you, and you'll take his phone call or you'll accept his friend request years later down the road. Mm-hmm. I ain't never jumped on a black woman. I've never pimped on a sister.
Okay.
I don't bash black women. Now, I make a bunch of comments about but you don't never hear me say a black woman.
Yes, sir.
I don't use my platform to talk about the sisters' weave. I don't put them about their eyelashes. I don't shame them for BBLing. Mm-hmm. I with gangster street rappers. So what have I done to black people to warrant them to celebrate my death? Mm. So it just goes to show me that this is a hateful hearted generation. These are the new white people that used to hate us.
Wow. These are the new white people that used to hate.
Yeah. White people ain't
hateful. Get on this one.
No, white people ain't as hateful as these today's. These today's is the ones that used to put the rope around their necks and stand right there and watch them hang and take pictures with the dead bodies and with their kids out there. These today's are those kind of white people.
What's Samuel L.
He's saying that's what gangbanging is doing.
Yeah,
y'all like the
I'm
Klan back in the days, even worse.
Yeah, I'm Stephen times 10. I'm f***ing all the hoes on the plantation and mistreating all the
got that right. So I'm so glad to know that you're safe and sound, brother. Soldier Boy, he definitely had some things to say when we heard the news.
Yeah, I was so glad he did that.
I told you, Soldier Boy gonna stick his foot in his mouth right out in public.
Yeah, up until see, long as he was quiet, the case was kind of in limbo because even though he made threats against me, it was hard to connect me and him as enemies.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, when he came out and called himself Cheddar Bobbing me. He made a mistake of identifying me as his op.
Oh,
wow.
See, he overtalked too much. So let's backtrack.
Right?
So this video, he says I'm his op. In previous videos, he said all his ops come up dead. In previous videos before that, he said he'll pay to have me killed. So the last video helped solidify the charges that's being pursued against him by saying I'm his op. Because one of the guys who was arrested is linked to the guy. So he just should have kept quiet, dumb up. He just should have kept quiet.
Only way a fish get caught is if it opens his mouth.
But you know, whenever I'm not out here trying to dig no ditch for nobody.
Yes, sir.
Half the I wouldn't know if they didn't jump in my line or on my line on social media. I wouldn't know these guys' names. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to dig a ditch for me, and in the process of digging the ditch, they end up falling in one themselves. I'm sidestepping the ditches, homie, because I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I ain't riding around looking for drug houses to tell on. But if I'm in your community,
listen what he said about drugs being sold in our community, in the road.
You got two options. We burn down your drug house, or we call the police on you if you don't help buy bikes this Christmas. Yeah, if you don't help us buy Christmas toys, we gonna tell on y'all. Yeah, when school shopping come around, you go give some money, or we gonna tell on y'all. That's how you gotta start doing it, or burn them goddamn houses down. And they don't want to catch an arson case, so they pay you for telling. Tell on them. They'll start helping they'll start getting away turkeys every guy.
Real quick.
Yeah. Because what happens, homie, when they sell dope in the communities, we give them refuge with our silence.
Listen to Charleston White.
Yeah, they get to seek refuge with our silence.
Lot of logic.
And they getting all these rewards from the community, but they don't even pick up trash. So a fair exchange is not a robbery.
I feel.
Yeah, so all the old women on your block, if you hustling on that block, them old women shouldn't have no yard men. Them dope fiends you selling dope to should cut them people yard, nigga. Yeah, if you see Miss Mary car ain't been riding in 3 days, you need to find out what's wrong with Miss Mary car.
You
see she ain't been going
those used to be the old school rules.
Hey,
the hustlers used to take care of the community.
Oh, baby, there's somebody over there to check on it.
Damn right.
Yeah, we gonna start calling the police on you.
Oh, Lord, man.
Yeah, we putting stipulations on it now, homie. Them had free reign. So, yeah, we for have rules and stipulations for these in the neighborhood doing wrong. They ain't just for to be able to do wrong and not have to pay nothing. Just they can't pay everything to the white man. All they dues and debts can't be paid to society. They owe the community a debt, too. They got some dues they got to pay in the community, too, homie, if you done wrong in it.
God in them streets. Hit the like button. Share.
Selling drugs.
Here goes some more deep knowledge from Hassan.
Your children would rather go to jail and do 15 and 20 years in jail than to follow the black men that's in the black community right now. And that's what's happening to them. Your children would rather get locked up, drug out of their houses by the FBI before they look up to you men in the community. Because you're not showing them strength. You're not showing them unity. All you got left is ego.
The life of the ego is the death of the group. God's in them streets. Let's get it popping.
Stop playing, man. Playtime is over. Playtime is Khalil.
Once again, Charleston White speaks on this part. Where is the black outrage in the black community? Where is Black Lives Matter or the Million Man March, niggas? How other people look at us, black people here in the USA, throughout the world. How our children glamorize death. Like Biggie said, you nobody until somebody kills you. Charleston also states that the civil rights movement was the foundation of every other human rights movement. Example, women's rights, LGBT community rights, Native American rights, Latino rights. Most rappers are killed in LA, said Charleston. Biggie, Tupac, Pop Smoke, PNB, just a few. But Charleston said that any other hood, if you come in and kill somebody, they chase you. But in Nipsey's case, nobody chased it. Eric Holder. Let's go. Charleston White versus Hassan Campbell. Who is the most intelligent blogger?
Getting kicked in the ass over here by the white man in the world and all. That's why the level of compassion during police shootings, we hardly really get. people don't understand that the civil rights movement was so powerful in this country that it sparked other movements around the world. One in particular, the apartheid in Africa. Yeah, that was inspired by what was doing the civil rights.
Yeah.
Man, the China, man, everybody was, man, the power of fighting and standing up for your rights. Nigga, we fighting for bullshit, man, and dying quickly behind it. And we become so desensitized to it. Our children glamorize death. Dying looks good to our kids. Yeah. Yeah. Because nowadays, you don't become somebody until somebody kills you.
Man, we're gonna continue to pray for every rapper that goes into California, because that I think about it, all these things have happened in LA. From T Grizzly to Quando Rondo to the PNB. It's just a lot. Everything's happening in LA. I mean, Sauce Walker, that was in LA.
LA, the land of death and destruction for our young rappers. Guarding them streets. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Let's keep it popping.
Man, Nip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If let me just say this. If your enemy come to your neighborhood and go to shooting shit, most will jump in cars and try to go find and chase him. Homie, don't you know nobody chased Eric Holder? Nobody chased after him. You know, man, you in the middle of the hood. Homie, if I went through there and did, I wouldn't be able to get out of there.
And that's the truth. Because I know when we was rocking in the A-team in Cypress Hills, you couldn't come through and do something, and we ain't knowing.
On the fact that LA is murdering rappers more than anything. And this ain't got nothing to do with beef. Man, these are almost unprovoked murders. I don't know what this theory of, but it's good.
That's that shoe crazy. We could go to that.